Congratulations on signing up for an AP Science class this year. You're about to explore complex concepts and develop critical thinking skills that will benefit you far beyond high school. But let's be real, AP classes can be challenging, demanding more of your time and effort than you might be used to. So how will you stay grounded, besides gravity, of course, so that you can survive throughout this school year? Here are 5 tips that won't just help you survive, but thrive in your AP Science class. Tip 1. Be a scheduling superhero. Just as you wouldn't take a driving test without months to properly study and practice, success in an AP Science class requires time to practice. One of the biggest keys to success is creating a realistic and consistent study schedule. This isn't about cramming the night before a test. It's about setting aside regular, manageable chunks of time to review material, work through problems, and truly understand the concepts. When planning your schedule, consider, when are you more focused? Are you a morning person? Or do you hit your stride in the evenings? How much time can you focus? Be honest here. Don't schedule a weekly 3-hour study sessions if you can't focus for more than 30 minutes. Aim for shorter, daily sessions like 30 minutes and gradually increase as needed. What other commitments do you have? Factor in sports, clubs, family time, and essential downtime. A balanced schedule is way more sustainable in the long run. So block these dedicated science times in your calendar and stick to them. Treat your study time like an important appointment you cannot miss. Consistency helps your brain engage regularly with the material, aiding retention and preventing burnout. Tip 2. Brush up on your science basics. Think of it like building a house. A strong foundation is crucial. AP Science classes assume you have a solid grasp of fundamental skills from previous science classes, including data analysis, calculations, and experimental design. If these feel a little rusty, now is the time to review. So let's talk about each of these skills. For data analysis, can you read and interpret the information on graphs or in tables? Can you identify trends and outliers in data sets? Make sure you can extract information, draw conclusions, and even make predictions based on given data. Review basic math skills, such as rearranging equations to solve for different variables. Unit conversions. Practice using dimensional analysis to cancel units while brushing up on simple metric conversions, like convert meters to kilometers, which will help you later with more complex dimensional analysis problems. If you're taking chemistry this year, do not forget to brush up on the rules of significant figures. You also need to be comfortable using scientific notation and calculations, and don't forget how to take averages and percentages. And, of course, brush up on the basics of experimental design. Do you remember how to write a hypothesis? Can you identify the control group, experimental groups, as well as the independent and dependent variables? There are plenty of online resources, videos, and practice problems that can help you refresh these skills. A little review now will save you frustration later. Tip 3. Practice, practice, practice. If you want to be a great musician, you don't just listen to music, you practice your instrument. The same principle applies to AP Science. You absolutely must practice. How you practice is also important. This isn't about memorizing formulas or definitions. It's about applying your knowledge, solving problems, and developing a deep understanding of concepts. Your AP Science class will likely involve a lot of problem solving, and the only way to get good at this is by practicing. So when you're practicing, mirror your exam setting by using only a calculator, an equation sheet, a periodic table if applicable, and nothing else. Each AP Science exam allows a College Board-approved physical calculator or the Desmos graphing calculator that is built into the testing program. In addition, biology, chemistry, and physics have equation sheets provided by College Board. If you're taking chemistry, have out a simple periodic table. Make sure you know how to use your calculator. This includes knowing how to input scientific notation, or how or when to change between degrees and radians. Consider using a calculator that stores equations to save time and reduce errors. Practice AP-style questions. Questions on AP Science exams are typically application-based and require way more critical thinking than memorization-style questions you often see in non-AP classes. So once you finish covering a unit, seek out AP-style multiple choice or free response questions. Try to focus your extra practice on free response style questions because they don't have answers to choose from, and do a much better job at truly testing what you know. To help you find AP-style questions, ask your teacher to make some available to you. Learn from your mistakes. If you don't learn from your mistakes, not only will you make the same mistakes again, but you will likely also get lower scores in other units that build off that concept. Don't just correct the mistake and move on. Understand why you made the mistake. Did you not understand the concept well enough? Was it a mathematical error? Did you misinterpret the question? Take notes on your mistake and review them before further practice or tests. Tip 4. Be an active participant, not just a passive observer. In an AP Science class, simply showing up isn't enough. You need to be actively engaged in class and while studying. So what does active participation look like in a science classroom? Well, for one, asking questions during class. Asking questions is fundamental to science. The first steps of the scientific method are to ask a question based on an observation. How are you going to understand why the sky looks blue if you don't know that sunlight is made up of energy at different wavelengths that correlate to the colors we see? If something isn't clear, raise your hand. Your teacher is there to help you. Chances are someone else has the exact same question as you. In addition to asking questions, participate in discussions. The easiest way to see if you understand a concept is if you can explain it to others. So share your thoughts, ask clarifying questions, and contribute to group activities. This will help you solidify your own understanding. And take effective notes. Summarize key points in your own words. Draw diagrams instead of writing word for word. It'll help the information stick better. And what does active engagement mean while studying? Well, while studying, teach the material to a friend, or even yourself. If you can explain it clearly, you likely understand the concept well. If you stumble through the explanation, that will help you determine where your gaps in learning are. And rewrite your notes by hand. Evidence suggests that writing by hand helps you retain information better than just reading or even typing the same information. The slow process of writing gives your brain time to process, summarize, and visualize information in a way that will help it stick. Do this by making flashcards that include more than just definitions, such as steps to a process, or drawing labeled diagrams to help you visualize the information better. Or, if drawing by hand seems daunting, you can even use digital flashcards, such as UWorld's flashcards, which provides illustrations for you that can be added to those flashcards. Don't treat each topic in isolation. Understand how different ideas link together. For example, how does atomic structure impact reactivity? Or how does climate impact the types of species in a region? You can even bundle related flashcards together with color-coded rubber bands or create folders to group your digital flashcards. The more you actively engage with the material and make connections, the more it becomes a part of your understanding rather than just information you're trying to recall. Tip 5. Don't be afraid to ask for help. This is perhaps one of the most crucial tips, yet often the hardest to embrace. AP Science concepts can be challenging, and it's completely normal to get stuck or confused. And remember, concepts build upon each other in science, so falling behind on one can hinder your understanding on the next. The sooner you ask for help, the easier it'll be to catch up. Your teacher is your best resource for help. Teachers often have dedicated time to help students one-on-one. Show up during those times, or schedule a meeting. Come prepared with specific questions like, I'm confused about how to set up this equilibrium expression for this reaction, instead of just saying, I don't get anything. Your classmates can also be an incredible resource. Form a study group that meets regularly where you can practice explaining concepts to each other and working through problems collaboratively. Just make sure the group stays focused and doesn't turn into a social hour. There are also plenty of online resources that are available, such as videos and tutorials that you can find to help you with topics that are more challenging. Just make sure that the resources you use are aligned to the AP Science curriculum. Remember, asking people or finding resources to help you when you're struggling is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength and commitment to your learning. This year won't always be easy, but with dedication and these 5 tips, you can absolutely rock your AP Science class. Feel free to ask us any questions about these tips below. And good luck this year, and get ready to discover some amazing things!